the academic structure. So now the academic structure, number one, about the levels and subjects. So as you can see on your screen, CFA has 3 levels and each level is split into 10 subjects. In level 1, the basic subjects such as financial statement analysis, ethics, quantitative methods, these are taught more in the beginning. And then as you move to level 2 and level 3, you will understand that the more complicated topics of finance, derivatives, portfolio management, all these take higher weightage because that's where you eventually land. So there are 3 levels split into 10 subjects. Also remember at level 3, earlier level 3 was just level 3. Now at level 3 you can choose portfolio management, or you can choose private equity, private wealth rather, or you can choose private markets. All specialization that can help. However, according to me, I think that doesn't matter. As long as you are a CFA level 3 by the end of it, you will have the same value. So don't be too worried about what to choose upfront. Also, CFA Institute last year, along with the eligibility change, added a new concept called practical skill module. We call it PSM. And the goal of this is to add things in our curriculum which are not going to be tested in the exam, but are necessary to know to become more employable. And by the way, this is a great thing to add because if there's no pressure of the exam, students can actually do it with the sole intention of learning, because now just theoretical knowledge is obviously not enough in the real world. So what is this? Number 1, these are self-paced modules that you have to do at the end of level 1 and level 2. And when I said the end, I mean you have to complete these before the result. Otherwise, if you've given level 1, you will not get the result till the PSM for level 1 is done. Same obviously for level 2. So we recommend most students that as soon as you give the exam, before you really take a break, complete it. Otherwise, it's just going to be a headache later. It will hopefully come out for level 3 also. And so far, the kind of topics that they teach us are on things like financial modeling and Python, which is coming under coding for finance. So it's really interesting. I think that this element adds a lot of real life skills to the CFA community. Next comes the exam duration. All 3 levels to complete in CFA on average takes between 2.5 to 3 years. I would say if you want to be quite comfortable, take 9 months approximate per level, or you can stretch it up to a year. However, you should not try and not push CFA beyond 3 years because you can do a lot of other things, and completing CFA in 3 years is highly possible. Next comes the exam window. When I say exam window means how frequently can you give the exam. So in level 1, you can give 4 times a year. You can give every February, every May, every August and every November. And level 2 and level 3 go down. You can do it thrice a year or twice a year depending on the level, and these things also evolve over time. Next comes the passing rate. So passing rate means out of a class of 10 students, how many land up clearing. So across CFA over the last so many years, level 1, 2, 3, all around 4 to 5 out of 10 students land up clearing. Of course, some quarters go up and down, but otherwise this is it. At Zell, because we have an ecosystem of faculties and our learning management system and our team of experts and our subject matter experts and our own content, etc., students end up passing with a little higher passing rate. So instead of 4 or 5 out of 10, we have 7 to 8 out of 10 who clear these exams. Next is the passing mark. CFA does not have an exact. It's not like you score 50 and 100 and you clear. Here, it's more like a percentile basis. A lot of it is dependent on how many people are giving the exams with you, how have they fared. And at the end, you don't even know exactly how much you score. You get the results and more or less they just let you know if you've cleared or not, and if you've not, by how much have you missed. But nothing more than that. Lastly, when it comes to the paper pattern, level 1 and level 2 are completely objective, and level 3 has subjective questions in it. And all these exams are computer based. You don't really have to sit and write with paper and pen anymore. And you have exam centers all across the world, obviously including India. So guys, if you'd like to learn more about CFA, if this video was for any reason not enough, you have more questions, not only can you leave it in the comments, but please feel free to reach out. We do land up training a few thousand CFA students every year, and hopefully we've seen most of them progress. So if you have any further doubts, feel free to reach out. We are there to help.